the West Ham Network channel. My name is Harry, and in today's video we'll be doing another preview for the West Ham vs Silkeborg game at JYSK Park in Denmark. The players have had a bit of a break this week due to fixtures in the league being postponed, of course, so hopefully they are all refreshed, ready for another big game in the Europa Conference League. The last game West Ham played was also in the Conference League against Steaua Bucharest a week ago today, and although we won the game 3-1, I think most would agree it wasn't just plain sailing for us, well in the first half anyways. Silkeborg sit third in their Conference League group with an opening loss in the campaign last week to Anderlecht, so they will look to find some form against the Hammers if they want to stay in the Conference League. Silkeborg play in the Danish Superliga and are fourth within their retrospective league after 9 matches played. They sit just below another Danish side West Ham played recently, in Viborg. So theoretically on paper, this means that this should be an easier game than Viborg, but of course, football isn't played on paper. Normally on a Premier League preview I'll show you how I think the opposition will line up, but due to our opposition in the Conference League being less known, I'll just provide some statistics for you about Silkeborg. If you're looking to some of their defensive stats in their league this season, they've conceded 9 goals, which works out a conceded 1 goal a game. They do have the third highest best defensive record in their league, with only 2 other teams conceding less than them. When we look at Silkeborg when they have the ball, they have around 56% of possession on average. Compared this to West Ham's 40% this season, it shows Silkeborg like to dominate the ball. Of course you can't exactly compare the two leagues, but it does give an indication of how Silkeborg like to play. And then more importantly for West Ham, how do they look when they attack? Well, they average 1.6 goals per game, the third highest scoring team in the Danish Superliga, so on paper it should be a hard task to prevent Silkeborg from scoring. It's probably best not to compare this statistic with West Ham, considering we have a measly 0.5 goals per game average, which I'm sure David Moyes is looking to improve. A player West Ham should look out for is Nicholas Helenius, who is their top goal scorer and also, according to SofaScore, their highest rated player in terms of statistics each week. Helenius is a 6'5" Danish striker who is 31 years old, so he will look to cause some problems to West Ham's defence. Now moving on to West Ham. After a refreshing week off and hopefully some hard work on the training ground, I'll be looking to dominate the game on Thursday night. I said after the FCSB game that it seemed that we struggled to break down our opponents and played very one-dimensional. Hopefully now Moyes has had some time to work on different playstyles and tactics, he will look to put a lot of goals past Silkeborg, which should be important for us as it would allow the squad to gain some confidence. I do think we have been unlucky at times this season in front of goal, and our XG will show that. We create chances but just haven't had the ability to put them in the back of the net. I think David Moyes will play a 4-2-3-1 formation as there is no real need for a back three, especially against weaker opposition. Here's how I think we will line up. In goal, Areola. He is our number 2 at present, so we'll continue in the cup competitions. At right back we will go with Kufal, due to the injury Ben Johnson still has. The 2 centre backs will continue to be Philo Kerr on the right and Angelo Ogbon on the left side, potentially even an appearance from Craig Dawson as well. At left back I think we'll play Emerson there. We saw the good and the bad side of Emerson against Bucharest, but I think he will stick with him for this game. The 2 midfielders will be Flynn Downs and Declan Rice. Flynn Downs of course being my man in the match last week, so hopefully he should get some more game time. In the number 10 position I think Lucas Paqueta will start. We saw glimpses of what he could do last week, and I think he's imperative in order to break down sides, which we clearly struggle to do. And on the right I think he will stick with Jarrod Bowen to try to build up his confidence even more. On the left I'd start Maxwell Cornet, who provides an outlet for us to counter with, as he is probably the only player with a real burst of pace in our squad. And then up front another start for Skamaka, hopefully one where he performs a bit better than he did last time out. If of course we are struggling at half time, I do predict another 3 subs on to change the game, like against Bucharest of course, and then we should pick up the win. So I'm going to go bold and predict a 4-0 win with goals going from Bowen, Skamaka, Cornet and hopefully one from Paqueta. Well that is it guys for my prediction. Let me know what you think in the comments and also tell me who you'd like to set up the team also. If you enjoyed the video don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe. See you in the next one.
Thank you.